Welcome to the Miami Sports Vibes YouTube channel, here for the final week of the NFL season. Let's dive right into it with my picks straight up and against the spread. Starting with Saturday football, we got a dandy here. The Cleveland Browns taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Obviously not a dandy. That was sarcasm. But the Ravens, look at this spread. Favored by 19.5 points in Baltimore. Listen, that is a crazy spread. I just have to take the plus 19 here. Give me the Browns to cover, but give me the Ravens straight up. 19.5 is crazy for an NFL game. I don't think I've ever seen that. The next game, the Bengals taking on the Steelers. This one is going to be awesome. This game is in Pittsburgh. The Bengals obviously need this win if they want any chance of getting to the playoffs. They lose this game, they're officially out. They're favored by 2.5 points on the road. Everyone is back in the Bengals here. The Steelers probably view this as very disrespectful. This is going to be a hell of a game. I like the Steelers here. Give me the Steelers and give me the Steelers plus the 2.5. Listen, I get it. Joe Burrow has looked amazing. Joe Burrow looks like an MVP. He's playing out of his mind. They need this game. But the Pittsburgh Steelers, this is the type of game that they go out and win, man. This is the division game. They're at home. They know the Bengals. And this is kind of one where, you know, they want some momentum heading into the playoffs, right? All right, so you might question, this game doesn't matter for Pittsburgh. Listen, you want to kind of build something heading in and give yourself a little bit of confidence, and you might find your way towards a better matchup if you end up winning this game. So give me the Steelers as the underdog and give me the Steelers plus the 2.5 there. Sunday, the Carolina Panthers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons need this win. They're favored by 7.5 points. They're at home. If they want any chance of making it, they kind of blew it. They had control over their own destiny last week, but they lost. They need this win and a lot of help, but I think they take care of business. I think they cover the 7.5. Give me the Falcons and give me the Falcons minus the 7.5 as well. Little bit of a weird week, which that is normally what the last week of the season is. The Commanders next, taking on the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas. Commanders are favored by 6.5 points. They're on the road. Give me the Commanders to win this game and also lay the 6.5 as well. Next, the Chicago Bears taking on the Packers. The Packers are at home in Lambeau Field, favored by 10.5 points. This is pretty much an easy game. I think the Packers win this game. I think they cover. Give me the Packers and the Packers minus the 10.5 points on this one. Next, the Houston Texans taking on the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans are at home. They're favored by 1.5 points, which is crazy. I mean, the Titans freaking suck. I mean, I picked them to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars the other day, and that was probably the worst pick ever. I mean, watching them play football is terrible to watch. Houston, a team that has not looked good. Houston has been locked into their playoff slot for quite some time here. But they just look bad, man. They're not really winning convincing football games. They haven't really gotten to a rhythm. I think the Texans need this game. I don't think they're going to rest people. I don't think they're going to sit this one out. I think the Texans need, just like the Steelers, need a game to kind of get their momentum heading into the playoffs. They need something to kind of build off and ride on. They desperately need it. Give me the Texans as the underdog and give me the Texans plus the 1.5. I think they win this game, man. Tennessee, it's not even good. This is a perfect situation to kind of get yourself right heading in. Next game, the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are favored by 3.5 points. Taking on the Jaguars. The Jaguars are another team that is very, very bad. I don't trust them at all. I can't take them. Give me the Colts minus 3.5 and the Colts straight up. I don't like the Colts much either, but Jacksonville is one of those teams that I try to avoid at all costs. Next game, the Buffalo Bills taking on the New England Patriots. New England is at home. Buffalo is favored by 3 points. Listen, this one right here, man. If the Patriots win this game, they will not have the number 1 pick. That would be freaking awesome as a Dolphin fan. I hope the Patriots win this game and give up that number 1 pick. It would make me so happy, man. Whether they select that one or trade back, this is still a valuable asset. I am rooting for the Patriots here. However, I think the Bills win, man, and I think the Bills do cover the spread. So give me the Bills minus 3 and the Bills straight up. I think the Patriots are going to do whatever it takes to make sure they do not win this football game. Maybe it's an interesting first half and the second half just goes to shit. Give me the Bills to win this game. No way the Patriots win, right? No way. That would be awesome, man. I freaking hope they do. Next, the New York Giants taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. This game is in Philly. The Eagles are laying 2.5 points to the New York Giants. The Giants, man, a team that had the number 1 pick last week and freaking won that game. Damn, Giants. Come on, you had one job. I mean, you can't expect much. Drew Lock had to do what he had to do. He's not going to play out there to lose. He's trying to prove something out here. So obviously, he's probably going to be the quarterback again. Eagles are most likely resting a ton of people. They're pretty much in their playoff spot. They want to rest here, but I still think they're just a better football team regardless, man. Kenny Pickett, if he's the one that's starting, I'm still confident laying the 2.5 and the Eagles straight up. Next game, the Saints and the Bucks. Bucks need this game. They win and they're in. I don't expect any error at all. Even though the Saints are a team that plays the Bucks well, I think Baker comes out firing. I like the Saints to cover the spread, even though the Saints are terrible. It's 14.5 for a division game. Even though you are trying to lose this game, I'll take the 14.5 for the Saints, but the Bucks straight up, obviously they're going to try to just, this is all business, especially at home. Baker is going to come out for blood on this one. Next game, the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Broncos in Denver. Denver Broncos are favored by 10.5 points. The Chiefs are apparently resting Patrick Mahomes. Carson Wentz is going to get the start. There's a lot of rumors going on about multiple starters sitting out for the Chiefs. That's why the spread is high. But think about it. You have to have 53. You have 53 men on the roster. I mean, you can only bench about 6-7 guys anyway. I mean, people make it seem like they're sitting out half of the team. Like, you can't do that. Some people obviously have to play. Some people probably have Carson Wentz's back. And I just don't understand this 10.5 point spread. How many times have we seen the Chiefs in this situation cover spreads or win in the last week of the season? I don't think this is a landslide for the Broncos. I think the Chiefs can actually win this game. Why, do you ask? I mean, first of all, people want to win, man. When you play out there, you want to win. Carson Wentz is going to play to win. People probably going to rally behind him, try to get the W for him. And this is just an awesome, Andy Reid kind of just show off how great of a coach he is by winning this game without Patrick Mahomes. I can so see the Chiefs winning this game. I love the Chiefs plus 10.5. I'm absolutely taking them here. And I'm going to take the Chiefs to win this game, actually. I'm going to be a ballsy. I'm going to take the Chiefs to win this game, and I'm going to take the Chiefs plus 10.5. Obviously, remember, Denver loses this game, they're eliminated. And also, the refs are always on the Chiefs' side. Remember that. The refs are always on the Chiefs' side, right? And they're on the NFL side. Does the NFL rather have the Denver Broncos make the playoffs or the Bengals or the Dolphins? Think about that. Give me the Chiefs and give me the Chiefs plus the 10.5. Next, the Chargers taking on the Raiders. Chargers are favorite here, minus 4.5. I'm going to lay the 4.5 and take the Chargers. I'm avoiding the Raiders at all costs. That's another team that is an absolute disaster. Next, the Seahawks taking on the Rams. The Seahawks are favored by 6.5 points. Going into LA, I like the Seahawks here, and I also like the Seahawks minus the 6.5. The Rams are pretty much trying to get healthy, probably resting a ton of guys here. Geno Smith is playing this game. He wants to prove something. So I like the Seahawks here and the Seahawks minus 6.5. The Rams just got to get healthy heading into the playoffs. Next game, the Dolphins taking on the New York Jets at MetLife Stadium, where I will be in attendance for this one, hoping that my Dolphins get into the playoffs by them winning and hoping for the Chiefs to win that game. The Jets are favorite in this game. Plenty of people probably ask why. That's because Tua is going to be missing this game. Tyler Huntley will get the start. I believe Aaron Rodgers is getting the start for the New York Jets. The Jets obviously don't want to win this game. Well, the fans don't because they want probably a better pick. I'm surprised the Jets are favored in this one. Even though it's kind of a pick 'em and you're at home, I am actually surprised that the Dolphins are in the favorite, even though Tua is not playing. I think the Dolphins are a way better football team than the New York Jets. I think the New York Jets are an absolute disaster. They are pretty much the laughing stock of the NFL. I think the Dolphins win this game. So give me the Dolphins and the Dolphins plus 1.5. I think this is a disrespectful line, and I hope the Dolphin players just, get themselves even more amped up than they already are, obviously in a must-win game for them to at least have a chance. Give me the Dolphins. Not trusting Aaron Rodgers. He's too slow. He's too washed. The Jets are done. Stop this mess with that crazy, disrespectful spread. I mean, look at that. Next game, the Niners taking on the Cards. Cardinals are at home, -4.5 point spread. Give me the Cardinals, and I'm also going to lay the 4.5 points as well. I think they get the job done against Shanahan. And then Sunday Night Football, the last game, man, we got some stakes for this one. The Lions are taking on the Vikings in Detroit. The Lions are favored by 2.5 points. Winner of this game gets the 1 seed in the NFC. That is huge. All right. 2 teams with just crazy records, all right, having amazing seasons. It is a damn shame that one of these 2 teams will be playing as a wild card and playing on the road for the first round. It kind of sucks, but man, this is basically playoffs start early. You win this game, you get the number 1 seed, you have home field throughout, and you get a bye week after this game. This is crazy, man. You got Brian Flores coaching the defense. You got Dan Campbell against Brian Flores. This is going to be awesome, man. I mean, a great offensive coordinator in Detroit. You got 2 great head coaches, a great DC in Minnesota. You know, two football players that were quarterbacks that were doubted. You know, Sam Darnold and Jared Goff both doing their thing. This is just awesome, man. You can't ask for anything better. I think it's going to be a hell of a game. I think the Vikings win this game ultimately, though. Honestly, I really feel that they come in as underdogs and they take this one. So I will take the Vikings and the Vikings plus the 2.5. I think they upset the Lions, get the job done, secure the 1 seed, and have the first round bye. And that is it. Those are my picks for the final week of the NFL. Listen, it might be crazy from a betting perspective. I suggest staying away and just enjoying it and kind of just let the chips fall where they may. If you're going to bet any game, probably that Sunday Night Football game with the Vikings and the Lions is the way to go. But those are my picks straight up and against the spread. For the NFL playoffs, I will still be doing this pick. So keep it locked in, hit the thumbs up button, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll catch you guys next week.